Welcome to the Layers of Pain, episode 2, Surviving Betrayal. Come. Have a seat, everybody. All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the Layers of Pain, episode 2 podcast. My name is Latricia, and this is the book that'll be released next month, everyone. So you'll be seeing episodes that's tying into the book for the next few weeks as I give you an overall view of what to expect when you begin to open your eyes and explore the world of what Old Remarkable has dealt with. So today's episode is entitled Surviving Betrayal. This is one of many in the chapters that really kind of breaks a barrier with me. And there's another part in this episode that kind of really kind of shakes me. You'll find that out in episode 5, as well as episode 4 of about what that looks like. So when I was writing this chapter of the book about surviving betrayal, I was thinking about the interaction of the different type of people that I encountered and the situations that I endured, and what I allowed. And what I come to find out is that I give and give, but at the end of the day, I got nothing in return. And what I mean is, I gave and gave, and I end up getting a slap in the face. I was like an open doormat for people to walk over and take advantage and really feel as if I didn't measure up to the expertise. So what I want to say is, so I don't confuse you, is that people always saw me as a doormat. People always saw me as someone they can just say, oh, she'll do it. She's not going to say no. She's going to say yes. And that was my mentality for years. And what I come to find out is that when I begin to start saying no, that's when people's perspective of me change, or the way people view me really change. Because not only did they view me as somebody to go to when they needed help, but they also were taking me for granted and thought I was going to always be available to them when they needed it. Now, the first part I want to talk about is healing after broken trust. That was the hardest thing for me to do in terms of facing that. And healing for me, it took a lot of footwork. It took a lot of soul searching and discovering, like, hey, stop being the person that continues to blame yourself. I was unaware of their interior motive. I was unaware of who they really were. Honestly, I always saw people, or I should say, see the good in people. And I had to learn how to really decipher that. But I always kept giving people the benefit of the doubt over and over again. And that's what was hurting me. I kept going back, getting my feelings hurt, kept going back, dealing with the same behavior. Toxicity was overturning so much. They felt like I was a revolving door, kept coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. But I had to learn how to set boundaries. I had to learn how to use that word no effectively. And how did I heal? I would look at a podcast from Faith Hunter about the soul. And I really had to dig deep within myself to really find the root of why I allowed those things to really continue. Because I didn't want to feel that loneliness. If I go a different direction, how would they feel? What would that look like? Yeah. And most of you will look at this podcast like, where did the betrayal happen? When people say things behind my back that wasn't accurate, when people put me in situations that definitely wasn't accurate, when I hear conversations about things, it really showed me how they truly felt about me. And the betrayal is when people could not be honest to me in front of my face. They rather talk behind my back. And talking behind my back just goes to show the kind of people they are. They will go and snicker on behind closed doors and all this other garbage. But show behold, the truth finally came out. This is how people really feel about you, Patricia. A lot of people don't love you. A lot of people despise you. A lot of people are secretly jealous of you and envy you. And why am I saying this? Because I experienced that for years, and there's people now currently who feel that way. But I don't care at the end of the day because I've gotten to that place that it don't even matter how you feel about me. But back then, it really bothered me and it really affected me, and it really broke me to size. And I had to really dig deep inside myself and say, I need to heal from this mess. Because if I continue to allow their behavior and their action to affect me, I won't get anywhere moving forward in the journey that I'm in. I can't keep looking back there because there's nothing back there. It's just memories of things that I've experienced. So I had to come to that decision. It's like, stop breaking your own heart. Stop allowing people who really feel the way they feel about you to consume your energy because they didn't go on about their business. I was struggling. I was frustrated. I was upset. I was angry. I had all these emotions. Was it healthy? No, it wasn't healthy. But I had to learn to let go of those things. I had to learn how to really dig deep within myself to really face these things head on. The part that really got me is healing. This journey took me to a place. Not only did it really change my mindset, I began to realize that when people say things to me and how it really start to be how they really feel, I begin to really take a step back and realize that really is how you really feel about me behind the scenes. And what I mean is, I don't like her. She's this, she that, and the third. And that, again, really bothered me so bad. That really caused me to be in a very state of depression back then. That people would feel that way about me and will do anything to say I did this, that, and the third. But lies can be deceiving. Now, you're asking, how did I rebuild my confidence? By being around people that empowered me, being around leaders that empowered me, being around people that were teaching me what to allow and what not to allow. I was starting the journey on my own, but I ended up meeting people along the way. My godmother is one of them, and other women around to really help me to look at what I need to deal with. Stop allowing things that don't mean you any good in your life and consume you. What I had to do is rebuild my confidence, really start appreciating myself, really taking notice that this is what you need to do, Latricia. You really need to get yourself together. You can't continue to really dwell on the stab in the back and the backlash and all the stuff. I had to learn how to let go and give it to God. And I kid you not, the things that I dealt with and felt and experienced, ladies and gentlemen, those things no longer live in my spirit. I have become a different version of myself, and I can sit here and talk about it because I spent countless of days wondering why this person did this and why they would treat me like that. When I get back at the end of the day, it's not even worth it. Those people exit their lives. They knew they were no good for me. They knew they were this and that and the third. And I had to come to the terms that God had to remove those people out of my life for me to become where I'm at today. And they weren't really helping me. They were doing more harm than good at the end of the day. Now, the next part I want to share with you, learning to trust again. Learning to trust again has probably been the most hardest journey that I ever had to do after surviving betrayal. And it's still a process to this day. Like, I have to really be very mindful of who I let in my life. I had to be very mindful of who I have conversations with. And what's so dope about it now is that I can tell what a person's intentions is simply where their actions are. Every now and then, and I'm not saying often, they may try to slip past me just every now and then. But I've gotten so keen to know that they are not here for my interior motive. 9 times out of 10, people just need advice. 9 times out of 10, people just need a resource. 9 times out of 10, they just need a helping hand. Genuine people, they come and they go. I can't count on how many hands, how many stick around. At my age, it don't really affect me anymore because I know what my purpose is and what my duty is in life is to serve, is to teach, is to educate, is to give wisdom and knowledge to people. And those who want to exit my life, so be it. Those who want to talk about me, so be it. People who want to judge me, so be it. I have to keep my eyes on the prize now. I have goals and dreams and things I have to move forward to. When I go back and look over my life and think about how many people walked out of my life, I should say good riddance, adios. Because the reason why I say that, because if they really truly valued me as a person, they wouldn't have did what they did. How many has ever came back to apologize? Zip to none. Because folks don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take accountability. But I've come to accept that I know one day we're going to cross paths. We're going to have that conversation. And God going to be in the midst of it. And I'm going to be all right with it because I've moved on. And what I notice, everybody, is that I have so much peace now that the luggage and the craziness is left. Because people were attaching themselves to me because of what I carry. And I didn't quite understand that at the time. But now I know what it is that draws people. It's the light that's inside of me. It's that light that glows. So they feel like they can treat me any kind of way. But what I come to understand is that you treating me poorly, you got to answer to the Most High about this. Because God don't play about me. And He called me for this work. And most people don't understand that. I have been to school with so many people. I have people I have dealt with over the years, and they just felt like they can treat me any kind of way and think accountability is not going to catch up with them. It will. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I found so much peace in this. And surviving betrayal is not an easy journey for any of us, even including myself. But I had to learn that I can grow from it and don't be upset about it. I had to learn that people are people, and trying to understand people's ways and movements can be frustrating. It was frustrating trying to figure somebody out who's all over the record board and how can they do this and how they could do that, because that was always their interior motive to feel that way. That was always their interior motive to be that person. It was never no truth by it. It was never no honesty. There was no loyalty there. And what I began to realize is that I need people that are loyal, honest, and true. And what I was getting was the complete opposite of what I was seeking for. Now, I'm just chilled. Whoever comes in, they come in. And whoever walk out, they walk out. Because at the end of the day, oh, okay. At the end of the day, it goes to show that my growth has absolutely flourished. I can sit here and talk to you about surviving betrayal. Many people can't do that because they're either in the process or they don't want to ever trust again. But how can you open your heart up again if you don't trust again? How can you have new connection with new people if you don't open your heart? And many of us have been hurt in a very, very, very severe way. And people have done us dirty. But what I've learned in my 42 years of living, and I hear this quote so often, a lot of people want to get their get back, but God hit harder than we do. So we just got to sit back and relax and watch the show pop off. Get you a box of popcorn, a soda, whatever your preference of drink, and watch it. Don't laugh at them. Don't snuckle. Just say, "Oop, God did that," and go on about your business. Never laugh at somebody's misfortune because they've done you wrong. Never sit down and yell and say, no, no, no. Don't ever do that because that can flip off on you. So you have to be very mindful of that. You be like, Jesus, thank you. And go on with your life. And how do you do that? By allowing healing to be a daily practice in your life. You begin to structure yourself. You begin to build a rapport of what you want your life to look like. And this is what I wanted my life to look like. I want it to look like this. I want to be around people that want to be around people. I want to be around people that I can trust and that I can reach out and touch and talk on the phone or even text. I want to be around people that feel the same way about me. We vibing, we chilling, we having a great time. I ain't got to worry about looking over my shoulder and what this joker got going on and what that joker's on. That became exhausting. If you have inconsistent people in your life, get rid of them. I'm telling you, this is going to help you. If you got people in your life don't mean you ill, mean you well, get rid of them. Because this book, Layers of Pain, is going to share some things with you that's going to bless your life. And it's going to help you understand life. Healing after broken trust, whoa, it's deep, but it's reality. But it's the work you're gonna put in order for it to work. Rebuilding confidence in yourself is like, okay, I'm opening my door up again. I'm opening my door up. I'm taking baby steps, but I'm able to go out and let it happen. Learning how to trust again. Baby steps. Don't go in there like you're going into going in at the rapids or any type of water park. You want to go in slow and easy, and you want to read the situation. It's like when you go read the room, you want to read the situation. This is what I do. I read the situations. I read the room. I be very careful how I give my heart to anyone anymore. I've learned how to guard my heart. I learned how to protect my peace. I learned how to be very vigilant on certain scenarios that's going on from here to there. So today's message here in Layers of Pain, episode 2, Surviving Betrayal. Healing after broken trust, rebuilding your confidence, and learning how to trust again. These are the 3 key points that I'm sharing with you all this evening. And I want you to think about this. What are some of the things that you are healing after a broken trust, or how you rebuilding your confidence, or learning how to trust again? What are these fundamentals are you applying to your life, or you're getting ready to embark in? I want you to think about this for a moment, because ladies and gentlemen, this is so important. This is benefiting you at the end of the day. What do you want to happen for you in your life? Just like I had to really go through the navigational part of this, what does that look like for you? So take time this evening and think about what I'm saying. Like, how does that look like? Because all our stories are different. People have different things they may be going through. So whatever it is about you surviving betrayal, just write your note, write your letter, and let it take its course. All right, everybody, that's my time. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 2 of Layers of Pain. I will see you back here on next Friday, episode 3. I'm telling you. It's getting gooder and gooder as we go on in these episodes, everybody. These episodes are going to blow your mind. I'm telling you. You're going to be so excited. I'm excited. And you're going to be excited. Because what you're about to embark in is going to change your life completely. All right, everybody. Have a blessed and a wonderful Friday evening. See you later, everybody. This will be uploaded on Layers of Pain YouTube channel. Follow, like, and subscribe to stay updated with Layers of Pain podcast.